Hello everybody and welcome to this video in which we are going to be looking at some projects we can do, specifically the Dance Party project to be fair, on code.org, although we will do videos on other projects as well. So code.org, a good site, lots of things you can do, lots of fun stuff, and really it's easy to find, code.org. What I was going to say is if you want to save your work, you'll need to get a sign in, so you'll need to sign up, but that's fairly straightforward as well. I mean, you can use it without that, but you just can't save your work, and that's not great because you want to come back to it and remix it and mess with it. So get yourself a login if you can, sign in, and then you're looking for Dance Party. So let me show you that. Go back to full screen. So you could just go to, see I'm signed in, my dashboard over here, signed in here, so new project, and then you go to Dance Party. There it is, Dance Party. Okay. So how does this work? Well, we go into code, Dance Party. And the way it works, you could change the song here. So there's various songs here. You can pick one that you like there, MC Hammer, for example. And then you start to say, okay, well, I'm going to create the world. So I've got, and it's very similar to Scratch, you'll see. So background effect. So in the world, I want a background effect. Drop it into setup. Of course, this is how it sets up at the start. Black and white, a little bit boring. Unless you're into the two-tone stuff, Scar and all that. But let's go to, I don't know, tropical sounds fun. Maybe not colours, but you can do different things. Squiggles, starburst. Yeah, okay, that's nice. And you can mess with that, and straight away it's kind of fun already. And when you run it,
you can't touch this.
Okay, you get the cool animation and the song of your choice, right? Notice that it's counting the measures here in the music. It's going to be important because we're coding the dance party. Right, so we're counting a dance party. So that's kind of important because we're doing 4 to the floor here, right? So 4, 8, 12, 16. We're going around in fours, right? And that's going to be important when we get to the dancers. So let's get to the dancers. Let's have a look. Make a new. So go to dancers. You're going to need a dancer for a dance party. Cat. Well, you can change that if you don't want. Well, it's just, you'll see what the cat looks like. Let's drop the cat in. He's kind of funky looking for a cat, I guess. There he is. At top, you can change that, right? Yeah. Let's put him in the center. I'm going to change the cat though, to be honest. Let's go for the frog. There we go. So we've got a dancer, and now
you can't touch this.
Okay. Froggy starts to dance. Okay, very good. But keep your eye on that measure there, right? Because she's not really doing any particular dance moves yet. So this is where we come to the events. And we say, okay, at so many measures, we can do this. You see these events at 4 measures. So at 4 measures, so for 4 measures, she'll just be kind of like swaying side to side. But at 4 measures, we can get her to change a dance. So if we go to dancers, you can see there's loads. I'm only going to show you the basics here. You can experiment it, but you see they all do. Well, I can drop that on. All, well, there's only a frog at the moment, so I could put frogs. So just the frogs do clap high. Okay, so at 4 measures, she's going to start to do the clap high, and we can see that.
You can't touch this.
So it starts with this, and then when we get to 4, she'll start doing the clap high, right? Watch. There it goes. Seems she's enjoying it. All right, cool. But of course you can click that, and there's all kinds of dances you could do there, like body roll or whatever. But here's the other thing. You can then say, okay, what about 8 measures or 6 measures? Depends how you, or however long you want it. So you just build the dance, right? A dance party. So go to dancers, and this one here, and we've got the event. So I'm saying at 8 measures, okay, I can do that. Okay, fine. At 8 measures, just use the 4 times table, clap high. Let's do my favourite, the zombie. All right, at 8 measures. So now she'll do that kind of like swaying at the start, and then at 4 measures she'll kick into the body rolls, and then at 8 she'll start to do the zombie. Okay.
You can't touch this.
In theory. So keep your eye on that and measure.
You can't touch this.
There she goes, right? Body rolls, and then at 8 starts the zombie.
You can't touch this.
Or will do. There she goes. All right. There we go. And that's the basics of it, right? It's a lot of fun. It's kind of addictive in a way. It's a lot of fun because there's a lot more you can do with it. Let's just have a look at a couple of other things we can do. Events, repeat every 4 measures. So there you can get the background changing, for example, right? You can go back to world. You don't just have to have it in the setup. You can do it here. So repeat every 4 measures. You could change it to something else. And then you could... you do something like every 12 measures or whatever, and you can build it from there. So you can mess with that. And I just remembered on the world, you've also got a foreground. You can do that as well, set foreground effects. So you can do that as well. So rain or hearts or whatever. Okay, hearts, there we go. So when you run that,
You can't touch this.
so you've got the foreground effect as well.
You can't touch this.
Okay, cool. Poop, don't want poop coming down on it. Rainbow, so that might be interesting.
You can't touch this.
There we go. Cool. So a lot of fun, you can do that as well with the foreground effect. And repeat every 4 measures, we looked at that. Anything else on events? Yes, you can do when keys are pressed. So when up, key press, you can get the dancers to do a particular dance move, for example. So go back to dancers. You're going to see forever, also once. So it might be when up pressed, the frog, all would work, but maybe you just want the frog to do something like a dab, maybe. Dab, well, left arrow key, you see left, right, that, so maybe not up arrow, but left, like that. So now when I run that, if I press the left arrow, so does that, right? Just like one, and now I can start to make it interactive.
You can't touch this.
See, just like that. Okay, so now I can get to the dab, and you could do it right as well. You get it just using that event there. Anything else in events? Yeah, when bass peak, you can mess with that as well. Speaking of which, let's go to properties. So you can change the tint, the colour, the size, all of this kind of stuff. Dance speed as well, that's kind of fun. So maybe we've got events. When up key pressed, you can make the frog go fast maybe. Yeah, and of course you want that to also be, you could go back to normal, I guess. So when down arrow key pressed, go back to a normal speed. On properties, there it is. So set dance speed back to normal. And we're just doing the frogs there, back to normal. Of course, you can do very fast or that, and obviously it's a lot of fun. Let's just see what happens.
You can't touch this.
Speed her up. Okay, back to normal. You see that more, I guess, once she starts doing body rolls or whatever. So there she goes fast, right?
You can't touch this.
So that's in fast mode. I press the up arrow to get her to do that.
You can't touch this.
Right, going nuts. And then slow back down to normal. Right, fast, normal. Okay, and as you can see, it is just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. But you're still coding, you're creating little algorithms, you're using events, you're doing all kinds of cool stuff. You've got iteration, repetition as well. Anything else you might want to mention back up here in the world? Properties, something else you could do is get them to follow a bass, for example, or a treble or something. There, size following bass. Let's do that. Let's just drop that in. We can do that at maybe a particular measure. So I'm just going to duplicate this. Not 4 measures, but we can do that maybe, I don't know, 2 measures. So 2 measures in. All, yeah, we'll do all because I'll show you how that works in a minute. Size could follow it, but I'm going to put the tint to follow the bass, and you'll see how that works.
You can't touch this.
So you can see the tint is following the bass, right? It's following the music, the bass line.
You can't touch this.
You can get it to follow the treble as well, I think, and highs and mids. Yeah. Okay, so that'll give you a different effect as well. Alright, now there's only the one dancer, but if we come back here, you see here we can make new like backing dancers in a circle, for example. I don't know, I want bears, aliens might work. Yeah, a little bit weird, but that's okay. In a circle, in a grid, you see you can kind of lay these fellas out if they are male, and maybe they are. Just how you want, right? Like backing dancers. Let's just do it like that. And you can change the number there, of course. You could have 12 of the things, whatever. That's maybe too many aliens. A little bit scary. Maybe 8, like that. Okay, and then when you run it,
You can't touch this.
you got that going on.
You can't touch
Now,
this.
they're all changing because it's all right, but actually they're not doing the body rolls. Aliens are not doing the body rolls because look, I targeted the frogs, right? So they're just doing that weird kind of thing. But then here, at 8 measures, all do zombie, which is why the aliens are going for it as well, right? But the frog, the dab is just a frog, is it? Yeah, it's just a frog. And the speed is just a frog.
You can't touch this.
All Alright, okay.
You can't touch this.
Now you could also, of course, get the background to change every so often. You can use conditionals in it and lots of like logic, so you can use if and all of that as well. Anyway, look, just mess with it, just experiment. You're not going to break it, right? Just have some fun messing with this. It's a great project. Once you've done it, a good thing you can do is just share it. So you click share. It's as simple as copy link to project. That's it, job done. I clicked it once, job done. Let me show you what I mean. If I just come into a different browser here, completely different browser, so it's not got a session cookie or anything, I just paste that in. So that link, you give that to anyone, you send that to somebody, and they can watch it on any online device. They'll be able to see your project.
You can't touch
See,
this.
it's cool, isn't it? Nice. You can see it'll work on a phone as well. Yeah, and they can see your project and they can interact with it with arrow keys, or on the phone they can use the buttons. It's really slick. It's a really cool project. Like it a lot. All right. Yep, and that's it. Okay, so have some fun with that. Hope you learned something. Code.org, dance party. As always, until next time, please take care.